Special thanks to Anchor for distributing my podcast through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Overcast, and Castbox. With my podcast, we're going to be bringing you discussions and personal commentary on music, entertainment, celebrities, politics, love, health, and happiness. So do you want the tea? Well, simply talk with TURKBISH. Just talk with me.
I spend time and I spend energy and I spend effort and I spend everything I have, every fiber of my being to give people quality.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to an all-new episode of Talk with TURKBISH. So by now, you guys have seen the recent news that I have posted on my social media, especially on Facebook. So I just posted about the Odyssey app. So I said, wow, the price is going up. Last year, I started a podcast and they laughed. But now I'm making income from just talking to the mic from home. My podcast, Talk with Turk, has officially been added to the Odyssey app, which is a broadcast and media production company. It is the official home for local radio stations, other chart-topping podcasts, official sports stations like ESPN and more, and other music entertainment news. Go after your dreams and everything will fall into place. Thank you to everyone who listens and truly supports me. I have more in store on all platforms worldwide now. And I said catch up on the latest. https://link tr.ee/TURKBISH. And you can just type in Talk with TURKBISH in Google and all of the platforms will come up. Take your pick, or you can just go to any podcasting streamer, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, Castbox, Deezer. It's just so many. So I'm all over the place, worldwide podcast. Not North Carolina, not the hottest podcast in North Carolina, nothing like that. This is worldwide, baby. We're on a different level at this point. And I'm doing my own production, my own everything. Nobody is helping me. I had people help me get started, but when I got started and got up, I went and did everything by myself. I'm my own entity. So, I want to thank everybody who has continued to support me. And I have constantly named all the countries before: Germany, Russia, Turkey, Spain, US, all of you guys. Thank you for just all of your support. It's just amazing to see. And you had to apply to be in the Odyssey app. And they don't just let anybody be on the Odyssey app. You have to have quality content. And that's just all I'm going to say about that, okay? So, once again, thank you to everybody supporting. Now, today's episode is a little different. I want to talk about spirituality today. It's something that I hold near and dear to my heart, and a lot of people aren't spiritual like I am. I have a lot of friends who aren't spiritual like I am, and they're not as spiritual as I am. And I know that if I do talk about a lot about my spirituality around them, sometimes it might make them uncomfortable, and we might not just connect on that level. But I'm a very spiritual person, and I do believe that I possess a special gift of like connecting with people in the afterlife or people that have gone on. So it's something I have never really talked about, but I've experienced it all throughout my life. One experience that I definitely want to talk about is growing up. So everybody knows my story. I've talked about it before. How my mom passed, my birth mom's gone, my birth father's passed. My cousin, one of my first cousins, had passed away when I was young, he was shot. And, my aunt, she passed away. Aunt Tick, which is one of my grandmother's sisters, she passed away. And I have had encounters before. So when I was young, I want to say about 8 or 9 years old, I was asleep in my room, and I rolled over to the corner side of my bed, and there was a figure there, just glowing, lighting up, just so angelic. And at the time, at a young age, I didn't understand it. I was scared. I had my dad come, my adoptive dad, who is my uncle really. They adopted me. But that's the only father that I, not going to say the only father, because my birth father, he lived to be 13 years, till I was 13 years old. And I did know him, but I didn't have that close connection that I have with the adoptive father that I have. But I had him come and sleep with me that night, needless to say, and I was in fear. And they didn't believe me when I told them at that age I saw something on the side of my bed. He didn't believe me. He just said, you having bad dreams, and brushed it off that way. But I knew a dream. I was old enough to know a dream versus reality at the time. I'm not crazy. And even when I got older, those types of connections have really grew bigger and bigger over time. So it's really scary, and it's not scary. I'll take that back. It was scary at first, but now I've grown to accept those spiritual connections, and I go along with it, and I accept it, and I don't run from it. I'm not scared. So needless to say, that was the first incident I encountered at a young age. The second incident was with my Aunt Tick. When she passed, I just kept having like these repetitive dreams, almost to say, and it was very different. It was weird at the time. I was still young. I think I was about maybe 12, 13 around that time. When that happened, I was old enough to realize different things. But I had an experience with her, and then my Grandma Nancy, told me, if you touch her at her wake, you'll never have a problem with dead people again, and that she won't bother you. I did just what she said. I touched her in her casket, and after then, I promise you guys, it was like I was never scared of the dead again. And I have now, at an adult age, have had interactions with my birth mom. I can't physically see her or verbally speak to her, but her presence is there, and she lets it be known when she's around me. I feel like she's always there, but especially when situations I'm feeling bad or something, she lets her presence be known, and she's there. I can feel her. It's outer body. I can't really respond to her. I can talk to her verbally, yes, out loud, but we can't connect and speak to each other. Now that's with my birth mom. That's the spiritual connection I have with her. The spiritual connection that I have with my adoptive mom, I've actually been able to speak to her and hear her. She's spoken to me before, and I've spoken back. We've had that interaction on 2 or 3 occasions. And I just want to say, spirituality is real, you guys. Don't take it lightly. Don't think I'm crazy, but it's real. And what sparked me to have this conversation, though, is Vanessa Hudgens was on Kelly Clarkson Show, and she was speaking about how she has the ability to talk to ghosts. She said, I've accepted the fact that I see things and I hear things. The unknown is scary, but I recently was like, no, this is a gift, something that I have the ability to do. So I'm going to lean into it. And I retweeted it because a lot of people were calling her crazy. Some of the comments are saying, I'm so into ghosting right now. She said, I gotta ghost my own way. Somebody said, got me rolling. Demi talks to aliens, I believe. But somebody said it's giving schizophrenia. You really believe there's nothing when we die? A lot of people are just really clowning her, And I feel bad for people who don't have those spiritual connections with ghosts or people in the afterlife or guardian angels and things of that nature. I feel bad because it's honestly a gift. And so I retweeted it and I said, she's not crazy. I believe in spirituality too, and I have connections with family who have passed on, and I can physically and emotionally feel their presence. Everyone is not gifted with that. And I had a lot of people retweet me and like my tweet in regards to that. So I want to say, all of you people out there who are spiritual, do not feel like it's a bad thing to feel the presence of people who are in the afterlife or have passed on. Or if you do have those out-of-body experiences, don't take them lightly. You have a gift. You possess something. You just have to learn how to tap into it. I, over the years, have been able to just be accustomed to whatever the situation presents. If my mom is going to come to me and speak to me the way she does, either one of my mothers, or however they try to connect with me, I just let it happen. And I appreciate the experience because I never was able to meet my birth mom. I would love to hear her voice so much. I would love to hear her voice because I never was able to experience how she sounds. But I always imagine how she sounds, even when I'm having those connections, out-of-body connections with her, or spiritual connections, however you want to label them. But I just want to let that be known. So a lot of you guys, tap into that if you have it. If you have believed that you have heard or seen ghosts, or have seen presence around you, or have felt presence, or have seen things move around you that shouldn't have moved, it is real. It's not fake. And don't let no one else tell you otherwise. Believe in spirituality without it being demonic. Because the Christians will tell you that it's demons and that it's demonic. No. Because how come prophets can have that gift, but someone like myself who's not a prophet, not deemed a prophet, can't have those same experiences with the afterlife or guardian angels or spirits? So I just want that to be known. Now I'm going to come back, you guys, for Hot Topics. I have a guest coming up who's going to join me for Hot Topics. And I'm going to try to do something new. I'm going to bring people on. I'm going to try to be interactive more. And I'm excited. So you guys, thank you for listening to that segment. I'm going to ask my guests about spirituality experience as well later on in the episode, so we can stick around and have a little bit more of a conversation after Hot Topics. So do you want the tea? Well, simply talk with TURKBISH. Just talk with me. We'll be back. Welcome back to an all-new episode of Talk with TURKBISH. I want to thank you guys for continuing to listen. Today I have a special guest that is going to do Hot Topics with me, and I'm so excited to have them. So this person, Dreez, is from New Bern, North Carolina. He does tech support for work and loves pop culture and, of course, all things Nicki Minaj. And y'all already know that I love Nicki Minaj myself. So he's just here to have a good time with me today. I want to invite Dreez. How you doing, Dreez?
I'm doing good. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. What about myself? Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound good and clear. Glad to be here. Thanks
for
having me.
Of course. I'm glad that you reached out and wanted to be a part. I really appreciate that because I'm inclusive with everybody. So I don't mind, if people want to get up here and talk with me and talk endlessly like I do, and say whatever the hell I'm going to say, I'm glad you can join.
Yeah, because, I really have been supporting you. I do just want to say I'm really proud of you because, you've been through some things these past years. Yes. But you always managed.
Can you hear me, Dreez? I think we got a little disconnected, but the last thing I heard was I've always managed from you. That's the only thing.
Yes, you've always managed to push through. Like you always push through. You are, no matter what's going on, you always, from what I see, what you put out, it just seems like you always push through. You keep a happy, positive attitude about yourself, even if you do have, life situations going on. And I just love that.
I appreciate it. I really do appreciate you because you have been supporting me. We support each other on social media, tweets, and Instagram, and all of that. And we both love Nikki. So from a barb to another barb, I really do appreciate that. But I do appreciate you for coming on for Hot Topics. Now, before we get started, I just want to make sure a few things on your end so that we don't have any connection issues. Do you have your phone on Do Not Disturb? Because you would need to have it on Do Not Disturb so it won't interrupt our audio.
My phone lives on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, perfect. And you're on Wi-Fi, right?
Definitely on Wi-Fi.
Okay. So, a lot of things have been going on lately. We've been seeing, recently Coyle Ray was on The Breakfast Club, and I did talk a little bit about that yesterday on yesterday's episode about her relationship with her father, her album that is dropping, Trendsetters, which is coming out, and then, her collaboration with Nikki. So, her and her father have kind of fell out again, and that's been going on in the media today. She sent out some tweets in regards to her father. So what do you think about this situation, with her and her father, and now with her garnering fame? You went out on me again. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
I'm not sure. You know what I think the issue is? I think I need to get the app because it's in the browser. And you know what? Hold on. Let me fix this really quick. We should be good now. So, yes, I seen it on the neighborhood talk today where her dad and her was going back and forth, and I was like, oh wow, because I guess he took offense to, she was talking her shit and saying, I can cuss on here, right?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. So she was talking her shit on The Breakfast Club, and I guess she was talking about old heads or whatever, and I guess he took offense to it. Right. And it's just like, well, you're basically proving her point, and so like, I don't feel like she said anything wrong. I feel like she was joking, but yeah, you are an old head and she's a new artist now, and it's 2 different times. So I hate that their relationship is so strained because she really seems like a cool, girl.
Right. I love her. Yeah. I love what she stands for. She's different with female rap, and that's a different thing. Like, she actually, a lot of people don't like her voice, but I love the authenticity of her voice and the way she flows and the way she raps. And I'm going to support her. It is very different. Just like how Doja Cat, when she came on the scene, I love her too. Like, I love female rap that is different, not the standard, you got to give me something different as a female rapper.
She definitely does.
Right, she does. So I just think it's very unfortunate with the situation with her and her father. She claims that he threatened her, and she called him bitter and evil. So we're just gonna have to see how that pans out. Yeah. So
right. And it's
go ahead.
Really sad because her album comes out tonight, right? Yeah, so it's like, I mean, wow, like, you really would do this to your daughter. It really shows his character because, like, you could have waited or you just could have called her or something, and I'm like, really, her album comes out tonight and you choose this time to show her. Like, it's almost giving like you're trying to live off of her spotlight.
Yeah, that's exactly what it seems like it's given. Like, even though, he did the Source magazine, and we all remember you from doing that, that was an iconic times period for when that magazine was alive. But,
time came and went.
It came and went. So I feel like, at this point, you should bow out gracefully and just support your daughter. Like what she was saying in that interview, I got you. Like, there's no need for you to worry no more, You put us through a situation where we were broke back in the day after the Source ended, and now it's my time and I got us. And instead of him supporting her, he wants to be evil. So, he's fumbling the bag, as I would love to say myself.
But hopefully it doesn't affect anything on her end, because I really want her to like take off. Like, she has it.
Right, she does have it. So I'm just glad to see that, and her album comes out tonight, you guys. So make sure you download Trendsetters at midnight. But moving on, oh my gosh, Nicki Minaj made her long-awaited debut on Carpool Karaoke last night, and it was worth the wait. Riding shotgun with James Corden, the Queen cruised through Los Angeles while rapping along to her biggest hits from Starships to Do We Have a Problem. Now, the drive kicked off with a performance of Nicki's inspirational 2014 hit Anaconda, where she wowed with an Adele impression. I just loved it. She made me so happy, Nicki said while recalling Adele's famed monster rap from Carpool Karaoke in 2016. She embodied Nicki Minaj. Now, also, during the 17-minute kickoff and karaoke between Nicki Minaj and James Corden, Barbie performed the iconic Monster verse herself, mashed up with Adele's rendition before flexing her vocals on a cover of Adele's Someone Like You. Now, everybody, I tuned in last night. It was epic. It was one of the best carpool karaoke's ever, and I loved it. I'm going to play it at the end of the episode for you guys, so you'll be able to hear it and listen to it. But for now, Trizzy, did you enjoy it? Did you watch it when it came on?
So I've only watched part of it because I'm not even supposed to be seeing this, because my friend, somebody I'm talking to, he was like, make sure you don't, we're hanging out this weekend, and he was like, make sure you don't watch it because I want to watch it with you and I want to see your reaction. But you know that's not gonna fly.
Right.
But I did watch some of it, and it's just the way. Yeah, I loved it. The Adele impersonation she did, and the way they put her video next to Adele's video. It's just so.
Okay.
I loved it.
I loved it too. So everybody, check that out. Carpool Karaoke has always been fun. There's been many artists that have came and done it, but Nicki Minaj by far, it seemed like it was the most fun, and James enjoyed her, of course. So I love to see that. Yes, finally. Now, in other news, speaking of Coachella, let's go ahead and talk about Coachella for a bit. Y'all know Kanye West was originally supposed to be in the Coachella lineup and headline Coachella, but then he pulled out and they got The Weeknd to replace him. Now, The Weeknd is requesting to be paid the same amount that Coachella offered Kanye West at $8.5 million. Now, do you think that's fair? Because, I honestly think it's fair because I feel like The Weeknd has a massive fan base and he brings about as much energy as a Kanye West would.
I definitely think it's fair. If he doesn't deserve that, he may deserve more, to be honest, because all this stuff Kanye got going on, I don't know. But anyways, artist Kanye and artist The Weeknd, I feel like that's definitely fair. They should give him that because he sells albums. Every time he drops, he's always all over the charts. He puts on the show. So that's a good replacement, even though we wanted Nicki. But that's
right.
Yeah,
now, before they even said The Weeknd was a replacement, they had other people in mind like Silk Sonic, Justin Bieber, and Tyler the Creator, which two of them just picked up most of their. Two of the acts just picked up Grammys this past weekend. Tyler the Creator winning one for Best Rap Album, and Silk Sonic walking away with a clean sweep throughout the whole night for every category that they were in. So, do you think that would have been better, or The Weeknd you think is a perfect choice?
I still think The Weeknd.
Okay, me too. I do believe it's. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like it's more Coachella-esque.
Yeah. Are you a fan of his?
Yeah, I actually love The Weeknd. Now, in his beginning days, I will be honest, I was not a fan. And I caught a lot of flack for not understanding his artistry at the time. But over time, it's just it started clicking with me. His music started clicking with me, and I started listening and actually paying attention to the tracks and some of the messages. Because I'm more so of a messages person. If I hear words and it's something that I connect to, I'm going to fall in love with it. So I started listening to his words more so than what I thought the quality of the music should have been at the time. But now, quality of the music is not to be denied because he has the quality at this point. Because his last album was just amazing. I loved it. I love the theme of the album and everything. What about you?
So interesting that you say that, because honestly, it's the opposite for me. I used to love him when he first came out, but so now I just don't. I love his artistry. I love him. I love what he puts out, but it's something I don't know with me and him. We just disconnected. I don't know. I haven't sat down and actually listened to his last album, but I should. But I don't know, something. I don't know.
You should, because I love the theme. It was like a radio theme.
Yeah.
So like he had like interludes where like he's talking through like a radio mic, and I just love the theme of it. And then some of the tracks like of the album, it just flowed perfectly. It was a great album, I will say. So hopefully next year he can walk away with some Grammys for that album, because it would be well deserved in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
But moving on from the weekend, let's talk a little bit about entanglements. So, August Alsina Slams reports that he's writing a tell-all book on Jada Pinkett Smith called Entanglement. So, he said that the rumors are not true, and that's where he draws the line, although he just released a song not too long ago about his affair with Jada. So I'm not sure if I'm believing that he, the denial of the rumors, because if you put out a whole song, I feel like you might just put out a book. Honestly speaking, I'm not sure if that's just me thinking like that, but I don't know. What do you think about this whole situation with Jada?
Wait, I saw that he put a song out, but I didn't listen to it, because wasn't it right after or right before the whole Oscar situation?
Right after the Grammy. Right after the Oscars, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I just was like, I don't want to hear it, because I'm definitely Team Will. I don't know Will slander. So, but August, I don't know. I mean, if he is going to do a book, I get it, but it's almost like we kind of moved on from that, I would say.
Right. Yeah.
But he was a part of it, and it is his story to tell, so I get it, but it's like, dude, we just want music from you again. Has he even come out with an album in the past 2-3 years?
No. He has put out a project or two, but it didn't receive well, and nobody paid attention to him. So he has put out projects. I will say that, because I did look that up recently, and I actually can check real quick again while we're talking about it, because it don't take but 2 seconds. But his last album, called The Product 3 State of Emergency, was in 2020, and that was August Alsina. Okay. Now I don't know if that album didn't include the Entanglement song or nothing like that. So this was before the whole entanglement situation. So this was in 2020, The Product 3 State of Emergency by August Alsina. That was his last project. So if he focuses more on music and put out another project, maybe he could have another I Love This Shit or another No Love with Nicki Minaj, and
right, because I love his music. He's very talented, but it's like, okay, are you going to surpass this entanglement situation? Because now that's pretty much all you're known for right now. Like,
that's literally all that he's known for.
Yeah.
Right now. And that's so sad. It's unfortunate, but
it is.
We're going to do a little switch right now, because I not only talk about entertainment news. Y'all know my podcast is about life, love, happiness, politics, sports, all of that. So we're going to talk about Ketanji Brown Jackson, who becomes the first Black female U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Now, in news just in, this is via That Great Juice. Federal Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson has been confirmed as the next U.S. Supreme Court Justice after weeks of heated Senate hearings that centered around political hot topics, as well as intense scrutiny of Jackson's nomination. The 51-year-old was officially named moments ago. She becomes the first Black woman to earn a seat of the U.S. highest court after the 53-47 confirmation vote in the Senate. So this is a huge congrats to Jackson on this game-changing achievement. Now, I know this has been a long time coming, and these are the type of changes that we do need to see in our government. We need to see more people of color holding office and things of that nature. So I'm glad to see that. Now, I did not like the scrutiny that she was put under when going through it all. I couldn't even watch some of that footage. It was just so intense, and I felt like they were just being so demeaning to her at some points. So it's a big congrats to her. What do you think about all of this situation with her being the first Black woman?
Yeah, definitely a big congrats to her. I was so happy when I seen it today, but it's just, I don't understand why it's such a big deal that, y'all, it's all of y'all, and then this one Black lady comes and y'all are so upset. Like, I was reading the comments on Twitter today, how Twitter comments are. So
they be going on.
And all the vanilla folks were really upset, and I was just like, "What's the problem? Like, do y'all want to move forward?" So, because on one ticket it's, "Oh, we need to move forward. We don't want to be seen as the bad guys," and then on the other ticket it's, "Oh, well, I guess, but somebody else could have got it." But
Right.
what does it take away from you that this wonderful black lady got this? So, congrats to her. I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for her as well. Speaking of being happy for black women, let's talk about Chloe Bailey, who unlocked a scorching new Treat Me music video trailer. The countdown is on to the premiere of Chloe Bailey's new single, Treat Me Like You Treat Me. Y'all heard the tune already. Hotly anticipated, the track serves as the official follow-up to Summer Sizzler Have Mercy and features on the 23-year-old's debut solo album, which she has not revealed yet. And that is to come out at midnight, and I am ready for it. We have some good music coming out tonight. I'm going to get high as hell and vibe out. So what do you think about Chloe Bailey? I'm excited, and I'm just here for her. I love her.
Chloe, I love all things Chloe Bailey, and I hate the fact that I don't know when the world went, or black social media went from, we love her, we want her to go solo, and now it's, oh, she's doing too much. And then I'm like, I love her. I think she's doing what exactly needs to be done. Like, are y'all serious?
Exactly. Like y'all find little stuff to nitpick at her about her sexuality, her being,
So what about it?
Like, I don't understand. Like, she's not doing nothing different that Normani is doing. Like, being sexual. Like, and I feel like they pick and choose, because Normani fans, they drag Chloe because honestly, at the end of the day, they're jealous because Chloe has the full package. She has the vocals, which Normani lacks. And that's my opinion. She doesn't have the vocal ability that Chloe has, and Chloe has the right. She knows business, and she knows how to produce her own music. She knows how to write. She's just a jack of all trades, and I feel like when it comes to filling shoes like someone of Beyonce's caliber, I feel like she's going to be the closest thing to be able to do that if Blue Ivy doesn't come and do some damage to the girls in a few years. But Chloe Bailey, I feel like she's the closest.
Yeah. So you feel like Chloe could, like, if Beyonce was to say tomorrow, I'm done, I'm watching this, and I'm done with music, like, you think Chloe could be the next girl to follow in her footsteps?
I really, truly believe it. I honestly believe it, because when it comes to the quality of her music and her voice is so Beyonce-esque, it's like nostalgic. It's like we're listening to the young Beyonce sometimes. When Beyonce, like when Beyonce used to do like that deep, that deep voice she used to do back in the day when she was doing those Destiny's Child records. I feel like Chloe gives us that, and I love
she used to sing.
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I tell people a lot too. Like, they used to hate the runs that Beyonce used to do,
but now they want it.
Yes, they want it, and I love them because you honestly can't do some of those runs. They were so like unique and hard to do. So
I'm excited.
I honestly believe it. I'm excited for it too. We're all going to support you, Chloe, and we continue to wish nothing but great success for you in your career. Of course.
Yeah. For sure.
Now we're going to go ahead and kind of move on and end this hot topic section, you guys. That's all the hot topics that I have for you guys today. But I do want Trizzy to weigh in on a topic that this episode is centered around, which is spirituality. Earlier, I had posted on Twitter something. Let me go to it real quick because I want to make sure that I read it correctly out loud. So, Pop Crave basically had tweeted, Vanessa Hudgens tells Kelly Clarkson on her show she has the ability to talk to ghosts. And she said, I've accepted the fact that I see things and I hear things. The unknown is scary, but I recently was like, no, this is a gift and something that I have the ability to do. So I'm going to lean into it. Now, a lot of people were calling her crazy and saying this is not real and that, she needs to just hush and things of that nature. But I tweeted and retweeted it, and I said, she's not crazy. I believe in spirituality too, and I have connections with family who have passed on, and I can physically and emotionally feel their presence. Everyone is not gifted with that. And that's what I said, and a lot of people liked my tweet, and somebody retweeted it, of course. But I believe in spirituality hard, and I want to get your take on it, because I do have connections with my birth mom who's passed, my adoptive mom who's passed. They have... Okay, so it's weird. Now, I did say earlier in my episode, you know, how my birth mom, I can't hear her and I can't see her, but I can always feel her presence, and she lets it be known that it's her. And it's like, it's one of those things where, like, I just know it's her. And it's weird. It's an outer body experience. Now,
it is.
With my adoptive mom, who was my aunt, she raised me after my birth mom passed. She was originally my aunt, but I only knew her as my mother as well. So my adoptive mom, she actually has physically came to me and visually came to me before. And I can hear her, and I can respond to her, not verbally, but I can respond to her in my head, and she hears it, and we speak back and forth. And it might be a little weird to some people. And I can also speak to her in my dreams. My mom, both of my mothers have come to me in my dreams, but it's still the same thing. I still can't hear my birth mom, can't talk to her or nothing like that. Can't really see her, but I know that it's her. So it's just weird. Do you believe in spirituality or things of that nature?
Definitely.
So, as long as people don't think I'm crazy for my experiences, you know.
You're not. Just like you, my grandmother passed in 2014. So I know what you mean when you say you can feel the presence, because you can. It's you can't explain it though. It's just like, I know this is you. I get it. You can't explain the feeling to somebody. It's just like you just know it. So yeah, I mean, definitely I support spirituality, but it's so funny to me because, you know, most of the times the Christians want to be like, oh, you're spiritual, why do you? But it's no different than, you know, going to church and what do they call the people that, you know, you go up to them and they tell you your feet, oh, tomorrow or whatever, you're gonna get $500 in the mail or whatever. What do you call those
prophets?
Yeah, the prophets. So what's the difference between that and, you know, the spiritual? You know, because I'm very spiritual. You know, I'm big on manifesting, pulling up biggie on, you know, creating the life that you want. I don't think just because you manifest though that you can't pray as well. I think that's the big thing when the people here manifesting, like, oh, you don't believe in God, and it's like, no, that's your interpretation of
exactly. Because I have a strong belief system and I have a strong relationship with God myself. So it's not like, you know, I'm defying God by having. Yeah, it's not like I'm defying God by having these experiences or being aware that I have the ability for some of these spiritual things to connect with me. So, you know, a lot of people in the church would be like to say, oh, that's demonic, you're demonic, or you have demons in you, so maybe that's why. But, you know, like you said, if prophets can do this, why can't normal people?
Right. So Brother Paul can be calling on his life to be a prophet, but I can't hear my grandmother talk to me. That's demonic. Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Now, sometimes a lot of people don't agree with going to like mediums and people like that to wake up these spirits and ghosts and things of that nature. And sometimes I have a fear of doing it because I want to do it myself, like, and go and have some type of connection with my birth mom. But I'm just scared that it will open up a whole new, you know, world to invite other spirits that aren't welcoming like the ones that I have around me already. So, you know, those are some of the things that I wanted to bring forth for this episode. This episode is all about spirituality. But I'm glad that you were able to have those types of experiences as well, to know that me and Vanessa Hudgens and a lot of people around the world aren't crazy.
Not crazy at all. I don't know why it's deemed as crazy, because like, it's so funny, you know, and it's so funny to me that Christians of all people are some of the most judgmental people. You know, I grew up as a Christian or whatever. I think I've turned more spiritual as the years have gone by, but it's so funny to me. You want to judge people because of what they believe in, but you literally pray to somebody you can't see. So I don't get that. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy, but hey, I really do appreciate you for taking the time out and joining me today. I had
of course.
fun. We had great dialogue and we flowed together. I loved it.
Yeah.
So you could go ahead and plug yourself to all of my listeners out there in all of my different countries. Shout out to my listeners in Germany, Russia, and Lord have mercy, I be forgetting y'all. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Oh yeah, worldwide.
Not
man.
worldwide.
Chart topping worldwide. It's Germany,
Okay.
Russia, the U.S. of course, and it's two more. I always forget y'all because y'all don't chart all the time. But I love y'all regardless. All my listeners. I can't remember right now.
He love
Brain
all
fart.
y'all.
I love all y'all. Thank y'all for supporting. But go ahead and plug yourself, Trizzy, and let them know where they can find you and all that.
Of course, y'all can follow me on Twitter. I gotta change my Twitter name too, by the way. But it's literally leave it up to T, the letter T. Instagram, I'm a deactivate my Instagram. So just follow me on Twitter. Twitter is where I'm really active at. Now sometimes I do be, Turk. Sometimes I get off sometimes, but
Right.
know.
Me too.
But y'all can definitely follow me on Twitter. And yeah, I thank you for having me on the show. This was a great time.
Right. Turk and Trizzy. That's the name of the segment for this segment
Yes.
with us. So I thank you once again, and thank you to everybody out there listening. And don't forget, do you want the tea? Well, simply talk with TURKBISH. Just talk with me.